is a veil, thin as mist, stretched over the echoes of what was. But some echoes never fade, 'cause before the first stones were laid, before the world was bound in words, they walked this land, shrouded in a veil, thin as mist, wreathed in legend. They were gods who walked as men, poets of an unseen world, warriors who danced with destiny. They were the Tuatha De Danann, born on wind and tide, their spirits woven from fire and fate. Their blood still lingers through Ireland's veins, their whispers in the trees, carving their will into the waters, on the hills, and through the heart of the land. But time is a thief, and memory fades. So listen now, before their story is lost to silence. Listen and remember. They fell like stars, cast from the celestial realm for the sin of knowledge, neither demons nor angels, but something in between. The Tuatha De Danann, too powerful, too curious for their god's comfort. I can see them now, descending from the heavens, their leader, the mighty Dagda, clutching his cauldron of abundance as the mists surrounded them. To Ireland he commanded, the green isle promised to us. Their ships touched the western shores of Connaught, and there they made their choice. With fire and resolve they burned their vessels, binding their fate to this new world. But Ireland was not empty. From the dark waters came twisted shapes, the Fomorians, ancient as the sea itself, led by Bala of the Evil Eye. These monstrosities had long claimed dominion over the land. Upon the hill of Tara, the Tuatha established their kingdom. Silver-armed Nuada, their first high king, raised his blade and spoke. We are fallen from the heavens, but we shall rise again on earth. Under his guidance, they built a civilization of wonder. Druids who could speak to trees, bards whose songs could heal wounds, warriors with the strength of 20, and seers whose eyes pierced the veil of time. 4 treasures they brought, 4 powers to shape their destiny. The cauldron of Dagda, which fed all hungers. The staff of Lu, which thirsted for the blood of enemies. The stone of Fal, which cried out beneath the feet of true kings. And the sword of light, which could cut through any armor. Yet, even as they claimed these treasures, the Druids whispered prophecy. One day they will rule, but they will not remain. From the churning seas came Bala's emissaries, twisted and foul. Tribute, they demanded, or destruction. Nuada stood tall. We bow to none, he declared, and the drums of war began their rhythm. Battle raged throughout the night, lighting the sky with fire and fury. Swords shattered, axes cleaved, and the cries of the dying rose like a mournful chorus. The rivers ran red with the lifeblood of warriors, and the earth drank deep, never sated by the fallen. Smoke and screams tangled in the wind, the stench of death thick in the air. Limbs and weapons lay scattered like broken relics of a lost age. and for every warrior that fell, another took their place, unyielding, unbroken. For a moment, hope flickered, then roared into an inferno. The Fomorians faltered, their monstrous tide broken against unyielding resolve. And with a final cry, the Tuatha De Danann surged forward, unstoppable, undeniable. So, as dawn broke over the blood-soaked fields, only one people stood victorious. I myself have stood on many battlefields, but none so grim as that first clash. The bogs ran red with the blood of gods and monsters. To forge peace, they crowned Bress, a prince of mixed blood, Tuatha mother, Fomorian father, a grave mistake. Bress bent knee to his father's people, and under his rule the children of Danu became slaves in the land they had claimed. Their golden halls grew dim, their songs fell silent, but hope has a way of finding root in the darkest soil. In secret, a child was born, Lu, grandson of Bala himself, yet loyal to his mother's Tuatha blood. Hidden away, he mastered every art, the spear and sword, the harp and poem, the craft of magic and the skills of strategy. In him, the blood of ancient enemies mingled, creating something new, a champion for a changing world. To Tara he came, radiant as the morning sun. The gates swung open, and before Nuada's throne, Lu proved his worth and revealed his lineage. In his veins flowed the blood of both friend and foe, the perfect weapon against the gathering storm. Bress, humiliated, fled to his father's people. At Bala's feet he groveled. "They have me cast out," he wept. "Help me reclaim what is mine, and I will deliver them into your hands." Balor's terrible eye, normally covered to protect the world from its deadly gaze, gleamed with malice. From the deepest trenches of the ocean, he summoned his army, demons born of salt and shadow. Again, at Mor Torek, the armies met. Lightning split the sky as blade met flesh and magic sparked against magic. The Dagda swung his club, each stroke claiming a dozen lives. Bridget healed the fallen with tears that blossomed into flowers. Nuada's silver arm flashed like quicksilver as he cut through Fomorian ranks. The ground trembled beneath the weight of charging warriors as a storm of fury was unleashed. Men fought like beasts, driven beyond fear, beyond reason, beyond mercy. Steel clashed like thunder, each strike ringing out across the battlefield. Arrows rained from the heavens, darkening the sky in a deadly swarm. And the wounded crawled through the carnage, their cries swallowed by the chaos. Shadows and fire danced upon the corpses, the battlefield a ruin of men and monsters. The clash of shields was deafening as the drumbeat of war echoed through the valley, and the heavens wept, rain mingling with blood, washing away the names of the lost. For every blade that fell, another rose, forging legends in the fire of battle. But the tide turned when Bala himself took the field. Grandfather, called Lu, standing alone against the Fomorian king. Balor's attendants began to raise the lid of his deadly eye. One glance would turn armies to stone. In that moment, Lu hefted his spear. The weapon hummed with purpose, eager for the blood it was promised. With a throw that split the wind itself, Lu sent the spear flying. It struck true, piercing Balor's eye and driving through his skull. The Fomorian king's death gaze turned inward, destroying him from within. He fell like a mountain, shaking the earth. And when silence finally came, it was heavy, thick with the weight of the dead and the price of victory. With Balor fallen, the Fomorians broke. The Tuatha drove them back into the sea from which they came, their victory complete. Lu took the crown, and under his rule Ireland bloomed. The stone of Fal sang beneath his feet, confirming what all knew: a true king had risen. Fields yielded bountiful harvests. Children played without fear. The arts flourished as never before. This was the golden age of which our bards still sing. Yet, even in triumph, shadows gathered. The druid, Midgir, whose visions never lied, spoke of ships on distant horizons. They come, he warned, men of iron and will. They seek what we have built, and they will not be denied. Far across the waves, the sons of Mil prepared their vessels. They were not monsters, but men, fierce warriors from Iberia with iron in their hands and fire in their hearts. They had heard tales of a green isle where magic dwelled, and they hungered for it. Lu, with a warrior's pride, refused. This land we claimed with blood, and with blood we shall defend it. Their ships appeared like water birds on the horizon before the sons of Mil planted their standards on Irish soil. When challenged by the Tuatha, Amagin, the poet-seer, spoke. I am the wind on the sea. I am the wave of the ocean. I am the roar of the sea. I am a hawk on a cliff. I am a ray of sunlight. I am the greenest of plants. I am a wild boar. I am a salmon in a pool. I am a lake in a plain. With these words, he claimed kinship with the land itself. Near the waters of Loch Arrow, the armies clashed. The Tuatha summoned storms and beasts, wielding magic as warriors wield swords. But the Milesians had brought their own power, not magic, but something equally potent, unbreakable will. They endured what should have destroyed them, advancing through lightning and flood. Men and gods clashed beneath a sky heavy with storm and prophecy. The wind howled like a wounded beast, carrying the war cries of both mortal and divine. The land itself seemed to shudder beneath the weight of their fury, torn between two peoples. Blades met flesh, and the earth bore witness to the struggle for Ireland's soul. Shields splintered like broken oaths, their fragments lost in the tide of war. The Milesians came like a relentless wave, but the Tuatha stood as an unshaken mountain. Sorcery and steel danced in deadly harmony as warriors fought both man and magic. The very air cracked with power as druidic chants wove fate into the fabric of battle. Brothers fell beside brothers, their blood mingling with the rain as the god watched in silence. The greatest of the Tuatha champions fell, his body dissolving into mist, returning to the air from which his people had first descended. Defeated in battle and spirit, the Tuatha De Danann gathered one last time. The Dagda, now grey with grief, spoke. We came from beyond, and to beyond we shall return, not to the heavens, but to the heart of this land we have loved. Led by Bridget, they cast a mighty spell, opening passages beneath the ancient hills. Into these hollow hills they went, transforming as they passed beyond the veil. No longer gods in form, they became the She, the fairy folk of Ireland, invisible to mortal eyes, save when they chose to reveal themselves. The doors of the other world closed behind them, marked by the great passage tombs that still stand today. From their realm beneath the hills, the Tuatha watched as the ages passed. They saw the coming of the cross, the arrival of Viking longships, Norman castles rising on green hills. They witnessed famine and rebirth, oppression and liberation. Through it all, they remained, diminished yet undying, their influence felt in every unusual occurrence and every unexplained wonder. The Tuatha De Danann, fallen from heaven, driven beneath the earth, yet never truly gone. For in Ireland, the past is never dead. It lives in the land itself, in our stories, and in our blood. I, Cuchulainn, know this truth. We are all children of those who came before us. Remember them.